You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. What's going on, Fork family? Welcome back to another episode of the Fork in Your Ear podcast. I'm your host, as always, author, podcaster, and gamer, Tim K.A. Trotter. Joining me today, returning, making it a Rambo's... Fuck, I forget the second... What was the second Rambo movie? Rambo 2? Rambo something Blood? No, that was First Blood. That was the third
no,
one.
First Blood was the first movie.
But I thought First Blood came at... It's Mike. It's Mike, everybody. Fuck. Shit.
I think that's the best awkward intro you've ever given me.
Well, like, in my head, it was like, you know, coming back for a second time, like the second Rambo movie, and then it was like, fuck, what's it called? Well, I'm sure there's 1,000 people going, you motherfucker, it's blah.
Yeah, well, also, you have to remember, it was actually Rambo First Blood Part 2 is the second movie. Oh, so you were right in a weird way.
Oh, check it out.
So, like, your thinking was in line. Okay, yeah. So it's Rambo First Blood Part 2. Yeah, that's right. Or Hot Shots Part 2 would be a good one. But I think that's a good intro. That's a good segue into what we're doing for a little special top 5 to 7. I don't know how many you have.
It varies from list to list.
Yeah, so that's why I said 5 to 7. It's not a very good name, but god dang it, we're going to use it, you know?
Exactly. And then after we do our top 5 to 7 or more list in the categories.
Plus honorable mentions, plus PSs, we get it.
Then we brought the ring back. I found the ring, finally, boys and girls. After it having served me well on my first GM'd, unfortunately, in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, I figured out where the fuck it went.
It was in a box with a bunch of dice.
It was next to the sex dice, Mike.
Oh. Now, let me ask the question. Did you use the sex dice accidentally before? Like, were you like, all right, cool, I'm going to roll the attack. Lick stomach. Okay, that's a 17. Cool.
I mean, I don't need to roll to do that, actually. For those who are thoroughly confused by that, what you'll find out in the outtake section is I had good sex right before this show. Go to the outtakes to find out more. or
the outtakes for the
don't.
Show. The outtakes for the show, not the outtakes for the sex.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Well, since this is your idea, why don't you hit us first? Whichever category, or do you want to go? You want to go round robin? How do you want to do this?
I mean, we can go round robin. You
okay.
know, drop one, talk about it for a while because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start movies, TV, games? Because I got them all, Mike.
I mean, Life. I'd like a sequel to Life, but we can't all have what we want. We can do games.
Okay,
Sequel to
okay,
games.
fantastic. I have probably better solid ones for games than I do for movies and TV shows, because I was writing them and I was like, I'd literally forgotten what we talked about last week, like how we qualified, like, is it just like things we want to continue? Was it sequels we never got? Like, what it was. But video games, I got solid singles on.
Well, the way I think of it is, it kind of can be anything, but since it fits into the show's layout, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My top, not top. We're in no particular order here. The game from the PS2 days, from the great years
I feel like I know you well enough to know what you're about to say.
of 2000,
Does
the year 2000.
Does it start with Rogue?
No, it
Oh
doesn't.
no, it doesn't.
That game came out 2005.
Okay.
Don't jump selections there, sir. I said in no particular order. If it wasn't
Okay.
particular order, I'd
Okay.
say it.
Okay.
The Legends of Dragoon.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. See, there's a good one.
Legends.
I think we've talked about that before on the show, because that was that one. Like, I was always fascinated by that RPG because I played it like by happenstance proxy with a friend of mine because I didn't have a PS1. And so he would bring it over and he'd be at like different parts of the game. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, there's stuff going on. I like what's going on. I don't know what's going on. This is cool.
Yeah, it's I believe it had 4 discs in the 2000s, which is an impressive feat considering it's the 2000s. But the turn-based mechanics were fun. The story was fantastic. Turning into dragon armor-clad badasses it fulfilled my Power Ranger gaming fantasy. Let's put it that way.
Ooh, I never thought about it like that. It's a JRPG
Power
Ranger fantasy.
Basically, yeah. Think of it. You're cladding yourselves in armor given to you by dragons, and then you all have it. They all had a different weapon.
Yeah, good.
So
good stuff. Did you know that there is an official Legend of Dragoon Twitter that started up last year?
No, but I'm gonna go give it a follow because that game was great.
It's official and verified. It's run by somebody at Square Enix. But it's odd because, like, why would you start a Twitter if there wasn't like a remaster or at the very least like a PS1 re-release? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a remaster would be great. I actually would buy it.
I mean, I'd be down with the remaster for sure.
Yeah,
even if they gave it the quick and dirty, like original Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII treatment, where it's just like up-res and a couple little quality of life things, and it's just kind of in its original 4x3 format. Like, I'd be down.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what you got, Tim?
Okay, no particular order. So I've got Brutal Legend on my list.
Jack Black as a guitar playing Yep. Okay.
Jack Black is a guitar playing badass.
God damn it, Tim! That was on my list.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
Mike.
That was on my list. That was a really fun game.
Oh my gosh. Also, like, hell of a game that unfortunately pissed a lot of people off because they kind of didn't say that, like, first like 4 hours Legend of Zelda, then the rest is an RTS. Like, whoops.
we didn't say that. We didn't tell you. Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fantastic game, and ended on a cliffhanger, as I remember. Like, that's the other thing. Like, the fuck, But so I'm gonna even throw one out further. I think we could actually get a sequel to Brutal Legend. And here's why, Mike.
Okay.
So Double Fine made that game, right? And they own all their own IP, but they published it with EA, right? Obviously evil, right? But Double Fine got purchased by Microsoft last year.
Oh.
And who's got more money than God and could get all of that famous music back, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be great.
Yup.
That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, and I'm sure probably from, like, back in the day, I'm sure that probably, sold more on Xbox 360 than PS3 back in the day,
Yeah, yeah, easily.
since 360 was, like, the dominant system that generation,
Hmm.
plus, like, it kinda, like, had, like, that cool factor, and, like, Brutal Legend is, like, I mean, I have a fucking T-shirt. I have the Brutal Legend T-shirt. I've worn it to every, concert I've gone to since that since that thing came out. It just feels appropriate. And it's funny because, like, I think as I said last summer, I went to, oh, for fuck, what is it called? This thing called Pain in the Grass here in Washington, and,
Hmm.
like, it was just, like, all, like, rock concerts and whatnot, and there were so
Yeah.
many people that were like, "Yeah, Brutal Legend, rock on, brother," and I was like, "Man, this game's old as fuck." Like, the fact that it's still got that presence with metalheads, is
Well, I mean,
like,
it's their game. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
So that would be my hope that that actually comes to fruition. You know. So what's next on your wish you'd had a sequel or would come back or something?
Jade Empire.
Ooh, I came so close to putting that on the list. I have a confession, and both you and Brock will yell at me for this.
Hmm.
I have never finished Jade Empire.
Really?
Yeah, I got to the capital city with the fucking carnival and the arena tournament, because every JRPG has to have an arena tournament where you're fighting to free somebody.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know whether I gave up, or if, like, the 360 came out and I just, like, moved on to the next generation. But the sad part is, like, I've I've played, like, the first, I don't know how far that is into the game. Half? A quarter, maybe? Something?
Yeah, probably. I'd say half-ish.
Like, I've played that half multiple times with multiple classes, with different characters, like good, bad, evil, etc. Because, like, I got it because it came out on iOS. It was one of the first iOS games to come out that was a full-fledged RPG, but it also supported controllers before they
Hmm.
officially supported controllers on the system level. And gosh, man, like, I'm pretty sure I still have that thing installed on my, like, iPad Mini 2 from 2011.
I mean, the sad part about it, it was the first time that I believe it was the first time in gaming that we got the morality system. They had a very interesting morality system, and instead of like good and evil morality, it was way of the open palm and way of the closed fist.
Mm, mm. Yeah,
And your morality changed the way you did combat.
right.
So it was like, what I mean? Like, if you played the game like, kind of like a dickhead, you
Mhm,
would fight like a dickhead.
mhm.
And I remember there were some funny moments. There was like, there were so many good, and I think it scratched that itch for me to be like, oh, I'm in like Wu Tang Clan style, like a Wu Tang style video.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was basically living my martial arts movie fantasies.
Well, and I think it was one of those unfortunate games that was like, it released kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Like, I think if that had landed on 360, it would have had a broader fan base. Because, like, when did that game come out? That was like,
It came out at the end of the lifespan of the Xbox. Like it was near the end of it before it jumped to 360.
so I
So its
mean,
sales weren't great.
2000. Because I mean, 360 came out in 2005.
Let's see. Let me
So
look up when Jade Empire came out.
yeah, because my kind of thought process on it, Mike, is that, like, it came out just a little bit before Avatar: The Last Airbender, which
It came out
really,
2005.
okay, 2005. Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
came out. I mean, that's probably what happened to me then. I moved on to 360, you know?
Hmm.
But I think it just like, it didn't get the popularity wave that it deserved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think if it came out now, like, there would be way more people interested in, like, fantastical, like, Asian cultural JRPG fighting game shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. So my next one, and I'm gonna keep championing this because the developer is still around, is Skies of Arcadia, uh, which is my personal favorite JRPG of all fucking time. It's pirates in the sky, and it's a JRPG. I mean, do I need to fucking say more? like, it's
no,
so
no, you
good.
don't, because my next one is Rogue Galaxy, which is pirates in space.
Yeah, and some of the developers who worked on Skies of Arcadia worked on your Rogue
Yeah,
Legacy,
yeah, Rogue
which
Galaxy.
is still on my list to play. I still haven't picked that one up. I know it's available on it got like a dirty port from PS2 to
Yeah,
PS4. I know that's on the store.
yeah. It's the same. It's the same game, just with with achievements,
Yeah.
and the graphics are scaled up just a touch.
Yeah, I mean, the thing though, like for me, like Skies of Arcadia, like it deserves like a good remaster because if you look at like pretty much anybody's like best JRPGs of all time list, you know, from like GameSpot to IGN to Kotaku to any of them, Skies of Arcadia is on that fucking list. You know, right next to, you know, Legend of the Dragoon and Chrono Cross and Final Fantasy VII and like all those others. Like it's just so fucking good,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's only ever been on 2 platforms, which is the fucking criminal offense. It's just criminal, Mike. It was originally on the
I played it.
Oh, did you? Have we talked about this before?
Yeah, I played. Yeah, we've talked about that. I played Skies of Arcadia.
Did you play it on the Dreamcast or the GameCube?
I played it on the Dreamcast.
Okay, cool. So you played the original version. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also played Power Stone. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, Power Stone's fucking fantastic. There's a game that Capcom could fucking give us a dirty port with online, and I would be down.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Never gonna happen though, because Capcom's garbage.
Cause that garbage.
See, what needs to happen is there needs to be a Power Stone 3. Let's be honest. Just make a Power Stone 3. Just have everything that was in 1 and 2, and all will be forgiven. Like, that's... But getting off topic. Skies of Arcadia totally deserves to come back. Switch, dirty port. I don't fucking care. Just give it to me again. It's fantastic. Everything from the story to the 2 different types of combat, because you have your field combat, like your typical JRPG, but then you also have fucking skyship battles, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ugh. And it's like a truly original combat system where you like plan out your moves with your ships like 10 moves in advance on this like crazy grid thing. Like it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Like genuinely great story. Huge fucking game. I couldn't believe that game... Actually, no. On the Dreamcast, it came on 2 discs, didn't it?
It was 2 discs.
Yeah, it was 2 discs.
Skies of Arcadia was 2 discs.
Mm-hmm. And then they kind of had like a director's cut on GameCube a few years later after the Dreamcast obviously died. And that is fantastic as well. And that's probably the more easily obtainable copy if anybody can get their hands on it. Same game, just with like, it's like an extra dungeon or some shit. But yeah, Skies of Arcadia, just come back, make a thing. And because like the developer went on to make all those Valkyria Chronicles games. And there's like fucking 6 of those.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and you can't squeeze one in.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like Jesus. All right, what else you got?
Well, I mean, I just did. You know, I think it needed to be said, even though it doesn't need to be said. Rogue Galaxy.
Oh yeah, Rogue Galaxy.
Rogue Galaxy. I don't know. You could count that as shoehorned in with your choice.
I mean, whatever. It's all good. Right. It's all good.
You know, we'll bend and dip. I told you it was a top 5 or 7, depending on who you ask. Okay, hear me out. This is a weird one.
Okay.
With the craze of isometric shooters, right?
Okay.
and we've played several games of Predator hunting grounds and had a great time. I still think I got you in the head with my LMG that one time you shot me in the head with your bow. But whatever. I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the game Manhunt?
I am, and not to be that guy, but gonna be that guy. Do you mean like third person or first person shooters? Because isometric shooter means top down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Asymmetric.
Oh, yeah,
Asymmetric.
there we go. There you go.
Asymmetric.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep. Tracking. Totally makes sense for
Sorry.
Manhunt.
Weird day. But yeah, Manhunt. It could be crazy violent. The crazy violent game where if you pick up a trash bag, you put it on someone's head and you choke them out with it, or you break their neck with it.
Mhm.
Something like crazy like that. But like, one person's the killer, we'll say, the one being hunted, and then the other four people could be like the security trying to find them in the show, because spoiler alert, it's all a show. And you could have like the AI stupid dummies to get like early kills in and whatnot. So like you could find the body, and there could be a shard of glass shoved in their neck, and then you could find you could do things like that. But I just think that would be fun.
So you want Manhunt to return, but as an asymmetrical multiplayer game?
Yes, I think it'd be great.
Okay, I'm 100% with you with that, because like I'm a big fan of asymmetrical multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Between last week's podcast and now, Mike picked up Predator, and we played a fuck ton of that.
We have.
And we need to arrange for another thing. Speaking of which, I hear Burning Wing is on the fence.
Yeah, I heard that too. Get it?
And because if he grabbed that, that means we'd have a full 5. That would be
perfect. Full 5 doing private lobby customs. Yep.
Would be so fun. Like, I agree with you. I just feel like at this specific point in time in recording, there's no way you could sell a game with the name Manhunt on it.
No.
Because you can just go outside for that.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
you are right.
I said it. It's just shit's crazy.
You're right. Yeah, shit's bananas. If you can't laugh at pain, you have to laugh at something.
Right, exactly. Okay, that's interesting. So we both have forgotten Rockstar games on our list, because my next one is Bully.
Son of a bitch. Mine was on there. That was one of mine as well.
Was it? Oh, Mike, great minds. Great minds, man. And see, so the thing is, though, Bully actually has had a remaster. They did a remaster for 360 Wii and PS3. I think it was called Scholarship Edition.
Yeah, but it needs a sequel of him in high school. Same kid in high school.
He's in high school in that one. Don't you mean like college?
No, he's in grade. Yeah, I thought he was in grade school. Like, well,
maybe.
I guess
I don't. It's been a while.
Okay.
I thought he was a teen. That's what I thought he was, personally. But
I thought he was in first, like not first year, but like kind of like 7th, 8th grade type situations.
I mean, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. So
I just remember it being amazing.
It was super fun. I remember riding around collecting things until like the rubber band balls.
Yeah, it had a really cool, like, the school grounds, and then like the adjacent town.
Yeah.
And then the shitty town on the other side of the tracks. Like, they just had like a really cool, like, lived in crappy town world vibe thing going on. Like,
it felt like you were a nuisance in real life.
Yeah, like it's like a real life, well, not real life, obviously. It's like a Bart Simpson Dennis the Menace simulator as written by Rockstar. So it's like even raunchier than that. Well, and then the other thing is, it had like, even though it was a modern game when it came out, like timeline wise, it had like a classic kind of like 1960s ish kind of vibe, because you had like the jocks and the nerds and like the motorcycle gang with the jackets and all that shit.
Yeah, it felt like West Side Story if West Side Story was done by Rockstar.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's crazy stuff.
And I think they actually made a joke about that too.
Oh,
In one
sure
of
they did.
yeah, like when the mission starts with a kid snapping his fingers walking towards you.
Oh yeah.
If I remember correctly, but that was so many years ago.
Yeah, for sure. I know various gaming news journalists have like written articles about like theoretical bullies, like, or like a bully sequel, like if you did one today, like there would be like a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of like cyberbullying missions probably, you know, because like a lot of
Yeah.
the antics in that game are kind of antiquated, like for today's audience, you know. So like I don't know. Like it would be interesting for sure if they ever did a sequel. You know, I mean it doesn't even have to be the same kid. Like I'd just take, you know, like the Grand Theft Auto games, just like a Bully 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like on college or something like that. I could see them going college, you know what I mean? Like it seems kind of like
Yeah.
the natural evolution from there. Um do like a crazy college campus thing.
Oh yeah, doing like weird, like letting. Yeah, I can see that. Playing sort of like Animal House.
Yeah, for sure.
It would play like the movie, like if you were playing Animal House.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
All right,
my
what's next for you?
Psychonauts.
You know they're making a sequel, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just saying it because it needs to be said aloud again, just so everybody knows it's happening. But if you want me to say one that hasn't had a sequel, another sequel, I should say, there needs to be a new Viva Pinata game
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
because I
Those
love
games are addictive
Viva
as fuck.
Pinatas. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it. Viva Pinata was dope.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like watching pinatas having sex.
Yeah. And then reproducing and smacking them in the shovel until they break into candy and using the candy to make other animals
You
that are
feed
also
their
pinatas have
innards to the
sex.
others.
Yeah. Watch me kill your child who wasn't the right color. I want
How
a purple
dare-
with green stripes. How dare you
your
be the normal?
your paper mache weave be different?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Viva Pinata needs to come back around. I mean, we'll see. You know, it's rare. It's Microsoft. Always a possibility. Always a possibility. You know, there's a Viva Pinata head, on like on the front of one of the ships you can get in Sea of Thieves now.
Really?
Yeah,
Uh.
like for sure. And they've even
Oh
got,
yeah, it makes sense.
and they got like a paper mache color scheme for the hull.
Oh. They're really leaning into it. I like it.
Yeah, they got a Banjo Kazooie one too. That's pretty savage. It looks like kind of Viking-y. It's cool. That's cool. Okay, so my next one, I know very fucking little people played, but it is a fantastic game, and still a fantastic game actually if you go back to it. But it's Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, by Ninja Theory.
That's the one with the monkey guy.
Yeah, this is the one with the monkey guy.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I feel like I brought this up before, but that game.
I think we also said that's one of the ones that we also played together because I remember the monkey guy.
Yeah. Monkey Guy played by Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, yep.
Yeah, just a fucking killer game, killer story. So much love put into the world, the game mechanics. Just really fantastic. Highly doubt there'll be a sequel, but Ninja Theory got bought up by, ironically, all these game developers. Ninja Theory got bought up by Microsoft last year, so we'll see. I know they're well on their way on their Hellblade franchise, which I still haven't checked out yet. I'll get around to it. It's on Game Pass. But yeah, Slate, Odyssey of the West, fantastic game. Highly recommend it. Playable on Xbox One if you can get a 360 copy, or if you have a PS3 laying around, for sure.
If you have one laying around, you know.
I mean, I do, but you know,
Yeah,
not everybody does, and
I
or
have a
for
P-
that matter, not everybody's PS3's like lived.
I
You know.
I have I have a PS2 currently in with a memory card that I'm afraid to turn off because I don't want to lose that save of Rogue Galaxy.
Wait, so when you're playing Rogue Galaxy, you're playing your original copy. You're not playing
Yeah,
the new
I go
version.
back and forth.
Really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, two separate games going on two different systems.
That's that's not our butters.
Yeah, I have a problem. I never say I did. I never said I didn't have a problem either.
Mm-hmm. That's truth. All right, what else you got?
Uh, Man, think we actually brought this up one time. I was one of the few people that when I was living in Japan, uh, we had a full copy with the full controller of Steel Battalion,
Mm,
and I think that would be crazy now. I
right.
mean, picture seeing somebody streaming Steel Battalion with like their cameras mounted up so you can see them hitting things and
Uh-huh.
like you know what I mean, like full force going into battles, flipping switches that were on your far left.
Mm-hmm.
So your hands would be straight in front of you, and you had to flip switches and turn a dial all the ways that you would have to turn your body and remove a hand from the aiming stick.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it was I I don't like I think I don't like mech games because one of the first mech games I ever got into was Steel Battalion, so it's sort of like,
That's
you know what I
understandable.
mean?
That's
You
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think as cool as it would be to have that Steel
Oh, it's
Battalion thing for sure, because it's super
prohibitively
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
You could probably do it in VR.
Oh yeah, probably.
You know, because like um one of the things in the No Man's Sky VR is like you flip switches and press buttons and shit when you
Mm,
get in the cockpit of your ship and shit now.
okay.
And they actually added mechs to No Man's Sky like
Okay.
2 months ago.
Mm,
And like you legit like put your fucking hands out and like move your mech.
really?
Yeah. It's good stuff. I broke my mech almost immediately because I was having too much fun. Which turned out to be like a 10-hour journey to find a part that I didn't know where to go get the thing for to fix it.
Oh man.
So I just had this fucking dead mech sitting on this planet gathering dust. It was like, woo, mech, stompy, stompy, laser, laser. It's like, oh, it's the Sentinels. Yeah, fuck you, Sentinels. Then fucking explodes, and then you die, and then it's like critical system damage, and it's like, oh, cool. Well, it looks like everything's fine. Oh, engine's dead. Cool. What do I need to fix the engine? Oh, what the fuck is a warp supercore? What is that? How do I get that? Shit.
Yeah. That's my problem with with the game with No Man's Sky. Everything is cool until it's not, and then it's a problem.
I mean, fair, but I mean, if shit didn't break, you know, I mean, you could just be playing on fucking no no danger mode or whatever the fuck it is, peaceful mode or whatever it is. You know,
Sure.
space is supposed to be dangerous. Let's be honest.
I
Um,
don't get it.
so the next game I've got on my list here, and I didn't know how we were doing this, but I put it on the list anyway.
Sorry, I got one more, so we can switch after
Okay,
that
I
one.
have one more after the one that I'm about to say. So I
Okay.
got two left.
Okay.
I would love a fourth Golden Sun game, or hell, just like a fucking trilogy remaster on Switch. I know it's technically already, you know, a trilogy, but it's like the developer's still around. It's Nintendo owned. Oh my god, like some HD graphics, music's so good, the game's so good. Fucking, fucking, give me Golden Sun.
Give.
It is the best JRPG Nintendo has ever made, right next to Xenoblade Chronicles. So good, so good. I mean, they're basically fucking, you know, elemental benders and shit from Avatar. Like, it's a fucking great game. And there's like you collect Jin, which are like fucking Pokemon too. Use
Oh,
them for
wait,
suns. It's fucking amazing.
Golden Sun the game where you have to stop the? Is it the game with the lighthouses?
Yep.
And okay.
Yep.
I'm about to say everybody's born under a specific star, and every star has a specific
Yep.
element that they can wield.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
That's the
I
one.
played that game too. It just kind of like fuzzed up in my head.
There was 2 on the Game Boy Advance. It was like kind of like a premiere game on the Game Boy Advance, and then they had a third one way too many years later. Like, it plays like their kids or some shit from the main game, and that was on DS.
That was a dark
Sun.
dawn,
Dark Sun, something.
Golden Sun,
Close enough.
Dawn.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's all right.
But yeah, there's a game that could use some Switch love, for sure. So.
This is gonna be weird for my last one because it will be a game I never play in this mode, but VR Condemned.
Oh no, that'd be nope. That would fuck that.
Thank you. I rest my case.
Condemned.
Ladies and
amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I rest my case.
Sure. Let's play a fucking VR game where there are fucking serial killers on the loose who beat you with pipes, and then sometimes you're crazy because you have a drinking problem. Your character does in the game, and shit goes fucking Silent Hill insane. Yeah, great fucking idea, Mike. Sure, let's do that in VR.
People play Final Fantasy VII.
What?
Not Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I did. And you know what?
Yeah.
I still haven't beat that game because it's fucking scary in VR, dude.
Yeah. I'm just saying people like to be scared. I watched Hereditary in the dark and I had to turn all the lights on in my damn house. That's not a joke. I really did. I thought I heard a noise, so I told Pete to go look at it, and he was like, "No, I'm not doing that." I think he was scared too. Well, whatever. Popping into a different category.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, I can remember the Condemned because I think there's 2 of them. I played both of them.
There's 2.
And I remember firmly, it latched in my mind, the bear.
Bear was 2.
The bear was 2, and the warehouse with the sheet-covered mannequins.
That's 1.
Which is always scary 100% of the time.
And one of the mannequins is a dude in a mannequin suit.
Yeah, who wants to kill you.
Yeah. Brilliant idea. Not gonna lie. Very, very, very brilliant. But Jesus Christ.
Scary shit.
Good game. I mean, there's always a possibility Condemned will come back. That developer is very much alive. That is Monolith Soft, I believe. Not to be confused with the Xenoblade developer, who is also Monolith something out of Japan. Because Condemned, they're here in my state, and they moved on to the Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor games. Those games.
Okay. Those games were fun too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I think they're owned by Warner Brothers Interactive now, so it's like, well, and before
Monolith Productions.
And yeah, thank you. Monolith Productions is like Monolith something, because there's a couple of Monolith video game studios now. Not to get them all fucking confused. But before that, I don't know if you recall, but they did those Fear Effect games, first-person shooter games with like the creepy ghosts. So they got a long history with some creeptastic games.
Did you wait, Tim? Aside, did you ever play the game with you're in an insane asylum and all you have is a camcorder with night vision?
Yes.
Okay.
It was one of the very first PlayStation Plus games, because when I got my PS4, I didn't get it when it launched. I got it like a couple months the next year after it came out, and I had no games for it, and it was Resogun and oh fuck, what is that game called? Because they've made a couple of them now. It's Fuck. Camcorder game. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking. F- fuck. I cannot think of the game. That's really annoying. Everybody knows what game I'm talking about. It's basically like Blair Witch in an insane asylum.
Outlast.
There we go. Outlast. Yes.
And it's legit fucking scary for me. Like I'm just like, okay,
I mean, you don't have weapons. I mean, fuck.
No, you have a camcorder, and sometimes you turn around, there's a guy right there in your face, and he's like, boogity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm for that boogity.
Fuck all that stuff. I played the demo of the second one. Did you ever check that out?
No.
So it was the same thing, camcorder and stuff, but the graphics were way better and more realistic in a scary bad way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a dude chasing you in a fucking cornfield.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So instead of like corridor scary, it was like you're hiding behind fucking bushes and like a fucking tractor, and there's like a fucking crazy dude like chasing you in a fucking cornfield. It was horrifying. And I was like, that's enough. Good job, demo.
Yeah. That's the same thing as like the people who played PT.
That's me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think the difference though is I was so scared by PT that I ended up loving it. I don't know what the fact like what's the I wonder what like the tipping point is like psychologically between like meh horror to fucking shit your pants like I'm scared to like do it to I'm super fucking scared but I'm into it. Like what the fuck is the tipping point? You know what I mean?
I think it's when your body releases endorphins.
Oh, really? You think so? You think
Yeah,
that's what it is?
I think it's what it is. Because I get like that way with like jump scare horror movies. Like
Fair.
I hate them, but I love them, even though I know they're coming. Because like it literally makes me go, okay, you're gonna stab a motherfucker. You're gonna run. What are you gonna do? You know.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like atmospherically creepy movies and shows. Like I just watch them and I'm like, I can see things and I'm like looking over at Jess. I'm like, do you see that? Do you see that? And she's like, Michael, I don't see what you see. What do you see, dear? And I'm like, and I pause the movie and I'll say something and she'll be like, no, that's not true. Case in point, have you seen Hereditary, Tim?
I have not seen Hereditary.
Or do you intend to?
I mean, I don't, but Jessica likes that kind of shit, so probably at some point.
Okay, well, there's a moment. I'll give you a warning, so that way you seem like you're a fucking, you're a badass. I'll give you this one. I'll throw you a heads up. There's a scene where the son is in his bedroom sleeping, trying to sleep, and in the corner of the room, there, barely visible, is Toni Collette spider climbed into the corner, looking down, smiling sinisterly. It literally describing it gives me chills.
Okay.
Because it's like, and it's his mom, so it's even creepier. You know what I mean? Because like, why are you looking at him like that? But like, I saw it, and I was like, babe, look, did you see it? And then Jess is over it at this, 7 years she's over it. And she's like, babe, I don't see what you see. Do you want to go back and show me? And I'm like, do you want to say it? And she's like, sure. And I'll bring it back and I'll pause it, and like, I'll walk into the TV and circle with my finger and point. She's like, there's nothing there. It's just oh, there she is. Like, that was the conversation. She's like, this scene is way creepier now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's creepy anyway. But I digress.
Wow, we got off on a tangent there.
I mean, that's what we do.
My last game, I've said this multiple times on the show, although I feel like I can say some different things about it now, now that I've played Monster Hunter World, is the little-known Sony... Is it Sony owned? I know Sony published it. I don't know if Sony owns it necessarily. But it's a PS Vita game called Freedom Wars. And it's like... It's basically a Monster Hunter game, now that I've played Monster Hunter World. It's like a Monster Hunter game if it was about imprisoning humanity and you have to like work off your sentence fighting fucking Evangelion looking shit and like killing it with like rocket launchers and laser swords. It's a fucking fantastic JRPG, criminally underrated because it obviously came out on a system that only a handful of people had.
I mean, this is the only one I've never played, Tim.
Oh yeah, of the
Never
ones we've talked about.
of the ones we've spoken of. Yeah, all the ones we talked about. This is the only one.
Yeah, it's super good. It deserves a good remaster or like just like a new game. Um, like it had some fucking crazy batshit anime story thing, something.
Mhm.
Um, but like yeah, no, it was super cool because like as opposed to having like XP and stuff, you'd earn years off your sentence of like 900,000 years or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
it's super cool, and you're like in like a police state, and like you have to like work to save like the colony, even though you're a prisoner because you're like not good enough to be a normal person or something. I don't know. It's been a while. But I thought of it and I was like, man, I had such a good time with that game. And you're like ripping off monster parts and turning them into fucking laser swords and rocket launchers and shit. And it's definitely a Monster Hunter game for sure. Like it's the style of the Monster Hunter games. You just don't know it. I mean, I didn't know it, and you know, I've at the very least touched almost all the Monster Hunter games now at this point. So yeah, Freedom Wars would be a great one. It would actually be a really good like if Sony wanted like just earn like some good grace, like if they just like put out like a PS4 port and threw it on PlayStation Plus for a month, like that'd be a good one because it's 4 player co-op. You
Okay.
know, ripping crazy anime monsters apart. Like it's super cool, and it's also got grappling hooks, like a fuckload of grappling hooks. Like you could grapple hook between two buildings to set up like a grapple hook trap that the giant monster would like walk through. So then
Hmm.
you could like set like a grapple hook thing down to like be tearing at its leg while grapple hooking up to its face to like rip out its eyeball. It's good shit. Good shit, man.
Wow.
But I don't know who owns the rights to that one. I know it was made by Dimps, which was an odd one for me because Dimps is actually they're kind of a support studio. They're like well known for like working on like the last 20 years of Sonic games, but like as a support studio, like oh, we coded this for Sega, you know, we
Hmm.
we built this art asset, etc. So kind of interesting that they made like a full game. Not surprising it's good because they're a good support studio, but you know what I mean. So that's what came to mind for games, you know.
Also, I would love to have a game that you play as a dragon and you level up and evolve. Perfect game. I would love it.
I mean, there was uh, there was that dragon game on PS3, which, as I recall, had levels.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, you
mean,
didn't play as the dragon though. You played as the dragon rider.
that's the problem. I wouldn't play as a dragon.
Yeah, there
But
was that canceled Platinum game that was going to be an Xbox One exclusive, but they canceled because I guess it wasn't coming together. And it was like 4 player, like anime inspired. And you did raise dragons, and like the dragons changed based on what you did and shit.
mhm.
And you're killing like other bigger dragons with your dragon. Um, it looked cool as shit. I don't know why they canceled it. They claimed it looked cool and shit in all the demos and trailers, but it just didn't come together. Is why they claim they canceled it. But you know, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right,
Uh,
Tim, what's next? You got this one.
uh,
You want to
well,
spin the ring and let the ring decide if it's TV or movies?
I mean, I've got 4 selections on my ring. I
Well,
mean,
we
we
did
could.
gaming already,
I mean, true.
so spin until either movies or gaming or movies or TV come up because we're not talking about life.
Fair. Um, I mean, but usually, like, if we were doing the proper spin the ring thing, like, movies and TVs are lumped into entertainment. Like, they're not a separate thing.
Yeah, but I have a feeling we both have separate lists.
Well, let's do it this way. So we all know that my ring is fire, earth, air, and water. So let's say fire and earth is movies, and air and water is TV shows, and
Sure.
we'll let the ring decide. All right. Fire and Earth. It landed on Earth, so we're doing movies.
Also, that was a good ass spin. I heard that.
Thanks.
Like that was a dink, and I was like, that was a good one. He called it a dinger. Ooh.
Yeah, it landed right on the R on Earth. Okay, I guess I'll go first. So this is going to be an interesting one because there are some tinfoil hat wearing people that think that there is actually a sequel coming this year.
Okay.
And in no particular order, I've got Inception on my list.
Okay. I think I saw the preview for that movie. I'm one of those tinfoil hat people.
You talking about Tenet?
I think I think it's a sequel without them saying the sequel to Inception.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Because they're both Christopher Nolan films. They're both got like a grounded yet trippy sci-fi element.
Mm-hmm.
They both look like crime capers, I guess. Sort of things, you know?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Yeah. Now, I would assume, since Inception is a heist within a heist within a heist, it is a Mike-less movie.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. It's my favorite episode of Rick and Morty, too, by the way.
Oh, the heist within a heist thing to prove heists are wrong?
The heist, yeah, the fact that Rick hates heists, but he's good at them. And every day building his team, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
You might be one of the only friends that I know that's actually seen season 4 then.
Oh, listen, season 4 was a masterpiece.
Oh, yeah. Dude, this last episode.
Oh, I cried.
Oh, so good. Holy shit.
I'll admit it, I cry over dad things. I cry.
I mean, that was a brutal one. Like, I ain't even dad, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, ooh.
But, you know, like, I think that's honestly Rick and Morty at its best, when it's like, just complete madness, brilliant writing, and then just like savage gut punch roll credits. Mm-hmm. Like that's.
I mean, the evil Morty reveal was one of those too. When you're like, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But not, it was a gut punch, but in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see whenever they get more onto that one, because they certainly didn't do that this season.
Total aside, have you seen the show Solar Opposites on Hulu?
Yep, it's amazing.
Amazing, love it, perfect. Yep.
First episode's a little rough, obvious. That's fine.
Yep.
I'll give every pilot their rough episode. You know,
it's the pilot.
But yeah, no, like that's like me and Brock talk about that one because we both binged that on the same weekend, and we all know, unfortunately, Brock shits on Rick and Morty. Thinks it's a trash show, but he loves Solar Opposites. And he's like, Solar Opposites is to Rick and Morty what American Dad is to Family Guy. And I was like, okay, fair.
I mean, that's a fair assessment. I think they're both great, though.
Yeah, I agree. Love the terrarium people. For sure.
Dude, so funny.
Holy shit. What a great episode.
Dad, you can't eat that Skittle. You have diabetes.
No.
Yeah. So good.
So good. Yeah, absolutely. So I would love a sequel to Inception. Fun fact. Christopher Nolan actually had a video game development studio for a little while. And there was going to be an Inception sequel video game. Because I remember distinctly, I don't know what magazine it was. Like, it was like a Game Informer or maybe something else, since gaming magazines are pretty much all but dead. But I remember they had like some design docs, and they were showing like this crazy maze, like MC Escher like type like video game level in like a screenshot thing. And I was like, I don't know what it is. This developer's totally new and unproven, but I'm in. like hell yeah. So yeah, like I said, the tinfoil hat theory is that Tenet, Christopher Nolan's next film, is somehow a secret Inception sequel. Because they look kind of similar.
I mean,
or at the very least, like the same universe or whatever.
Yeah, it might be the same universe.
You know, I would even settle for, since obviously nobody's seen Tenet, but though most people have probably seen Inception, right? Fun fact: I have that top. I have that exact top. Like, I have a replica of that top. It's awesome.
Really?
Yep. 100%. But most people know that the end of Inception ends with, spoiler alert, movie came out a decade ago. You're
How's that gonna be
good.
a spoiler alert for a
We're good.
decade old movie?
Um, Spoiler alert, the movie ends without the audience knowing whether or not what you saw in the movie was a dream or not. Like, just leaves it open ended. Just, you don't know.
It's just dun, and that's how it ends.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I would love if Tenet had like no mention of like Inception type shit, but then like the last shot of the movie is just like a top spinning.
The top spinning.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Or
fuck
or the
yes.
background subtly folding. That fold effect.
Yeah,
they do.
I'd tell for that. I mean, that'd be super obvious, but like a top would be like, oh Jesus.
I think the world needs obvious now. It doesn't need low key. It needs like in your face, like.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs when you know it's time. You're like, psst, psst. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's your movie, Mike?
A sequel to the movie from 2012, Dread.
That's interesting. Because when I was racking my brain for movies, because I mean I've seen so many, I saw that on many lists. If you Google movies that deserve sequels, Dread is definitely up there. Yep.
I mean, I think most of the ones we're gonna say are on the list.
Maybe some of the things I might say might surprise you. I think we'll have a little bit more diversity than we had on our game list.
Oh, for sure. I think you know my next one though. I think, well, not my next one, but I think you know one of the ones I'm going to say.
I'm going to be totally honest. I don't know what you're going to say.
Wow. Okay. There's two of them that when I say them, you're going to go, yeah, that's a Mike List thing. That's a Mike List answer. So.
Okay.
What's your next one?
So, this is going to be controversial, and I prepared an alternate in case it's not accepted.
Okay.
I think that the Michael Bay Transformers franchise deserves its sixth movie with Unicron.
Okay.
In fact, I feel slighted by the previous movie that like hinted so hardcore at it and obviously didn't deliver and rolled credits like right as they reveal Unicron, and I'm like, you fucks. This is movie 5, for fuck's sake. Like, you can only almost blow up the fucking Earth, like, so many times before, you know, bringing in the Transformers universe Thanos, essentially. Right?
I thought you were going to say, when it's Beast Wars. I thought that's what you were going to say, but I accept Unicron.
Well, I mean, Beast Wars is a TV show, you know? I mean, I'm talking about movies.
Yeah, but you can kind of combine. Okay.
You know, and Beast Wars had a definitive end, too. Yeah. It ended in Beast Machines.
Oh, yeah, Beast Machines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that.
I did. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so I know that's controversial, and for everybody screaming at me because it's like, oh, Tim loves those Michael Bay Transformers movies.
He doesn't.
I gently say, fuck you. But then also offer the alternate movie of, in case you don't accept Transformers, of The Rundown. One of the early Dwayne The
Rock and Shawn Michael Scott.
Yep. Mm-hmm. For sure. And Rosario Dawson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Christopher Walken, for fuck's sake.
Oh, man. Do you think it needs a sequel or a remake or reboot?
No, I want a sequel. Like, okay. I want fucking Dawson. I want Rock. And I want Scott. And like, I want them on some other fucking adventure. Because let's be honest, like that was like their first like coming together movie. You could totally do another movie with another adventure in like another setting. Because it's like a, you know, it's like an actiony, modernish-ish, Indiana Jones-ish thing. It was good. Okay. Criminally underrated, that movie.
The thunder and the lightning. That's where I got that from.
Exactly. A little thunder, a little lightning.
A little bit of lightning, a little thunder. Yeah.
Also, Arnold Schwarzenegger cameos in that movie. Let's be honest. That means that man would have had to read that script. I'm not saying Arnold Schwarzenegger's been in, you know, every, like, always perfect movies. but the man's gotta have good taste, or he wouldn't be as big a star as he is. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
I mean, he was in some stinkers.
I mean, I'm not denying that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying in general, Arnold's the man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Now I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you count remakes? Would you count remakes in this list, or like reboot?
I mean, I don't have any. I don't have any reboots in my list here, so no.
Okay.
I mean, there's one on my list that might be considered like a soft reboot. But,
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Because
what do you got?
I have a couple of them, but I can do a sequel. I want a sequel to Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
Ugh. I mean, I'm going to say what everybody's thinking right now. Who doesn't?
Okay, because I want to see the deal that Liz made with Death.
Yeah, I don't remember that plot point, but I love the Del Toro.
Do you remember when Prince Nawada stabbed Hellboy in the chest with his spear and broke the tip off, and he was dying because the tip was in his heart?
But again, vaguely, it's been a country minute since I saw the Golden Army.
Well, short. Liz and Abe Sapien go to. I'm assuming Lithuania by the looks of the countryside. I could be wrong. It could be fucking Georgia. Who knows?
Okay.
To find Death, and Death is like, I can bring him back, and she's like, I'll pay any price, and he was like, it's going to be bad for you, and she was like, it's fine. I don't know what it is. I want to see what it is. Death was super creepy. I love Guillermo del Toro movies. There you go. I said it.
I mean, I'm in. I haven't seen the new Hellboy, the one that came out last year. Did you see that one?
Yes, not bad.
Okay, not bad. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out. It's on my list on the recently launched HBO Max, which, by the way, is great. If anybody doesn't know, HBO Max greater than regular HBO, hands down. So gonna be honest, like, I'm a nut for this film, but I forgot about this film until I was looking at some other people's lists to get some ideas. Okay. And I started kicking myself metaphorically, because it'd be dumb to do it physically. Started kicking myself metaphorically in the balls for forgetting this film. I need, not just want, I need a sequel to District 9.
Son of a bitch.
Because I need to know what happened, man. That movie was so fucking good.
It was good.
It's like the best, like, made on a shoestring budget, amazing fucking film. I mean, it made Shirley Copley almost a household name if you could pronounce his name.
I mean, I was gonna applaud you for doing it. So,
I mean, I'm a big fan. I've followed him into fucking pretty much everything he's ever done since that. Even the short-lived 2-season. Fuck, that should be on my TV list. Son of a bitch. I mean, I'm just gonna say it now before I forget it. The short-lived PlayStation-made TV series of Powers, where he played a Superman-type person who lost his fucking superpowers and ended up becoming a superhero cop to police other superheroes. Fucking amazing fucking show.
Wait, I think I remember that.
It's on PlayStation. Everybody who has PlayStation Plus can view it right now in the PlayStation Store.
Okay, Powers?
Yep. It's the only way to see it, by the way.
Okay.
Because PlayStation owns it. Like, outright. Back when they were trying to make TV shows or some shit. Awkwardly.
Not great. Not great.
I mean, it was the only show they ever made. So, I mean, it's a great show. I loved it. I mean, fucking, the first fucking season's got Eddie Izzard, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking great show. Solid cast. Like, really cool. Super R-rated. Like, it's great.
But is it like not The Boys, obviously, but is it sort of like superheroes, like how The Boys did superheroes?
Yeah, it's definitely boys-like, for sure.
Okay.
Less in the funny department, more in the, like, we're arresting, this speedster for doing heroin and like fucking some kids kind of thing.
Okay, all right.
Like, like it's like some hardcore.
It's super dark. I dig it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It is super dark. Super dark. No budget. Great cast. Canceled. There's the thing that should go on, in my opinion. But that's
So
TV shows. Just skipped the train. But
yeah.
it ties back to District 9. It's the oh, that's why it ties to Powers, because Shota Copley is the lead dude in Powers. If that wasn't clear in my rambling.
It was clear.
Okay, good.
Okay. So this is a half. This is a slash as well.
Okay.
This one is I need not a reboot. I'm sorry, a sequel to Constantine.
Okay.
Because one, I love that character, as you and I have discussed, because I went to a convention and I spoke to the actor who played Constantine in the show that was short lived. We're gonna bring that one. That's gonna come back around shortly.
Really, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And if that doesn't count, do you remember the movie Priest?
Yeah, with fuck. He's Vision.
Charles Bentley.
Yeah.
Peter Charles.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those, and Carl Urban.
Yeah, that's right, because Carl Urban's in everything that people love.
He is. Yes, he's like sugar. He's like sugar in foods.
I mean, he's just a fantastic character actor. He's criminally underrated. Criminal, I say. But yeah, okay.
I mean, he was also in Dredd. There's another one tied into.
I mean, he's Dredd.
He is Dredd.
He's
Yeah,
Judge Dredd. Like fucking.
Yeah.
He's also fucking Bones, and he actually is gonna come up in a TV show on my list when we get to TV shows.
Okay.
Just saying.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So the next one I've got is going to be controversial for several reasons. One, because it was a commercial flop. Two, because fans of this movie are divided because it's based on probably one of the most famous sci-fi books of all time. But I felt that the movie was good enough to deserve a sequel, and that's Ender's Game.
Son of a bitch.
And I've read all the books before anybody fucking starts shitting on me, like, oh, how could you like that? And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. For what it was an amazing fucking flick.
I remember you telling me to watch it, and I watched it, and I was like, yep, it was a good one.
Yeah, and you never read the book, right?
No, I never read the books.
Yeah, book is obviously better. But also there's a fuck ton of the books. Yeah, the movie, in my opinion, did justice to most of the first book. Mm-hmm. You know, like any book movie can do, you know. The cast was fucking impeccable. I mean, fucking Harrison Ford, Asa Butterfield, fucking Angela Bassett, fucking I think it was Angela Bassett. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Don't quote me on that. History. And fucking Christ, that fucking the famous Indian guy who has been in a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know the guy I'm talking about.
I know the guy you're talking about.
He played Occam's Razor in the flick, or General Razor, whatever the fuck his name was. That dude, Ben Kingsley, Sir Ben fucking Kingsley. There we go, got it, nailed it. I'm the best.
Did you say? Wait. Did you say Indian because he played Gandhi?
Isn't he Indian? Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Hold on.
Is this me being dumb and or racist in a time when that shouldn't be happening?
Well, I mean, I don't think. And
I'm looking it up.
He's
I'm
English. Ben Kingsley's English, but he did play Gandhi.
He is definitely English.
Yeah, he's definitely English. He did play Gandhi, though. So I mean, you're right by association.
He's Indian Kenyan, actually. So he's at least half Indian.
Wait. Okay, you meant okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant as in he lives in like he grew up in India.
No, no,
Not
no.
that.
He was fucking born and grew up in fucking Yorkshire, England. But
Yeah, yeah.
his folks
Or
are
yeah. So you're right.
Kenyan
Okay.
and
Yeah,
Indian.
you're good. You're right.
Yeah. There we go. There we go, folks. Don't
Like,
blow up things.
I mean,
And I was
I
wrong.
think
It was not Angela Bassett. It was Viola Davis,
okay. No,
who was
we accept.
the major. Oh, there we
I'll
go.
accept that.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Ender's Game. Loved it.
All right, ready?
Yep. Go for it.
I'm ready for this one. There needs to be another Riddick movie.
I'll accept that. Riddick should continue because Riddick is
Then
great.
Yeah, I mean, he should. If you want to really, I can argue this until I'm blue in the face because I love Riddick movies. But the final Riddick movie, the one that happened in 2013, I believe. I mean, it was like Return to Form type of thing. Him on a planet trying to survive.
Yep.
The opposite of Pitch Black. My shenanigans come from the fact that he was the fucking Lord Marshal of the he was the Lord Marshal and he didn't use his powers enough. Bitch, you're the last Fury and a Lord Marshal. Use your powers. Let me see Riddick go crazy. Yes, Vin Diesel. I don't care if it's terrible movie. He can't really act that great. I know this. All right, we don't watch Vin Diesel because he's a great actor. We watch Vin Diesel because he's good at one thing and one thing only: beating people up.
Well, I was going to say being Vin Diesel, but
being Vin Diesel. It needs to be ready. Here we go. Vin Diesel. Boom. He's out on the planet. Then I don't know. Maybe Dave Bautista can play the new Lord Marshal coming into power.
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom. Put Carl Urban in it because he was in Chronicles of Riddick, and he needs to be in everything that's good. Mm-hmm. Check 1, check 2, check 3. I'll take my money. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm down for that. I mean, it does seem. I mean, if we're looking historically, there's going to be another Riddick at some point.
Has to be.
Whether it's a game, another anime, another fucking, I mean, although logically, because like he's a big D&D guy.
He is a very big D&D guy.
I would not be surprised if the next thing is going to be like a Riddick D&D license. I mean, let's be honest.
That's good.
That's probably a thing.
All right, I'll be honest. There's rule 6. There's a rule 6 for D&D as well. If somebody has ever said this would be a cool D&D thing, there's someone out there who was like, "You're right," and they wrote it years ago, and all you gotta do is look for it. So I'm sure it exists because there's a Pokemon D&D now. So
for sure. All right, so my next one is going to gut punch a lot of folks.
Okay, how many more do you have? Just curious.
1, 2, 3. I got 4 more on movies.
Okay.
We probably need to speed it up, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is gonna gut punch a lot of people because it was gonna be a sequel, and then one of the main actors died, and then they decided not to do the sequel, which I respect, but at the same time, fuck. And that's Galaxy Quest.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There was gonna be a fucking sequel. Everybody was back. Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen, Sam Rockwell, Tony Shalhoub. Everybody was back. And then, unfortunately, the great Alan Rickman succumbed to cancer.
Alan Rickman.
Which fucking sucked. Because, I mean, it sucked because Alan Rickman is great in general. But it also sucked because no Galaxy Quest.
I will say this right now. If we ever do a list that says best movie villains, Alan Rickman's in there.
Oh, for sure. Hans Gruber? Come on. Let's go.
Yep.
I don't even have to think for that one. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yep.
I mean,
that's a good list. We should remember that one.
Ooh, best movie villain? Oh yeah.
Best movie villains? Yeah.
Hell yeah. That is a good list for sure.
Followed secondly by Raul Julia as M. Bison.
I don't know anything of what you just said, but okay.
All you have to do. Okay, you know the story of Street Fighter, right?
The
There was a
game?
Street Fighter. There's a Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Raul Julia plays M Bison, and he walks up to Chun Li and says to
Okay.
Chun Li that the day M Bison destroyed your village was the most important day of your life. To me, it was a Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going now. I vaguely remember that now. Okay. That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
Those two don't count when we do the list.
Fair.
Those are
Do
free
you
miss.
have more movies or
I have two more.
Okay.
So go ahead and double up.
You want me to do one more and then you'll do
Yeah,
your two?
do one more and then
we'll
I'll
be
do
on the
two.
same page.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So this is going to be a controversial one. Because it's another movie that tanked, but the universe is ridiculously rich if you've read the books. And that is Disney's John Carter. Because that's based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' Princess of Mars series.
Motherfucker. Okay. I
And
need to
it's
find
super
another
fucking
movie
good.
now.
Oh, I mean, it'll be on Disney Plus. I mean, Disney owns
No,
it.
no. That was one of my movies.
Oh, really? That was
Yeah,
one of your two?
I love that movie.
You fucking kidding me? Right
Yeah,
on.
I love it. I love it.
Holy shit. Okay. Right on.
All right.
Right on.
I got. Okay, we're good. I got one. I'm good. I have one that covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
There needs to be a sequel to the Power Rangers movie. The Power
Oh.
Rangers 2017. There needs to be
Fuck.
one.
Okay, now I feel bad because I've wanted that so bad, and it sucks because it's sounding like we're not gonna get it now that
And
Power Rangers got sold.
yeah, no.
So
And my last one is there needs to be a sequel to the Conan movie
which one? The one with
Momoa.
With Momoa. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I never saw the Momoa one. Was it
He's
good?
good.
It was good. It was
It's
solid.
good. It's a good Conan movie.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you don't watch Conan movies because of the acting. The original was done by Arnold.
Yeah. It was his first acting gig ever. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Momoa
He was
basically
Conan
just
because he
does a
was
good,
Conan.
like, yeah. And Momoa was Conan. There you go.
Yeah,
You know
Momoa
what
was
I
a
mean?
big fucking dude who throws hatchets for fucking fun while drinking beer. He's Conan. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last two, which obviously are close to my heart, and I've probably said before, obviously, I want more Firefly in any form, so obviously I would like another Serenity movie. Thank you, please. Just do it. There's plenty of comics. You could make a whole movie out of a bunch of them.
I gave you that one.
Just fucking do it. I know. You gave it to me
Yeah,
last week.
yeah.
I know.
gave it to
I
you.
was dumb. I remembered
It's
that.
all right.
And then, of course, the last one, which was gonna get a fucking sequel, goddammit, and then was also stopped by Disney, unfortunately. And that would be the sequel to Tron Legacy, which I said was a controversial one because it's technically a sequel to a classic movie, technically kind of a reboot, but it's soft, but it's still the same continuity.
Disney.
You know? And, if anybody's got Disney Plus, you can see the best Tron thing ever made, as confirmed by guest and friend of Fork in the Show. Blanking on his name, had him on the show. He's the Hollywood ghost writer guy. Got a comic book, got the Starlight comic book coming out this month, actually. Fucking, I'm forgetting his name. Oh, Travis Webb. Travis Webb vouches that it's the best Tron thing, which is, of course, Tron Uprising, the animated series, 2 seasons, Disney Plus. Check it out. Elijah Wood, Bruce Boxleitner, fucking killer cast, amazing.
Also, fight me on this one, Beetlejuice. There, I said it.
Ooh, a sequel to Beetlejuice.
A sequel or a reboot.
Yeah. I don't know who would you just cast Michael Keaton again in a reboot?
I mean, I would love to cast Michael Keaton as a reboot, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do that either. Yeah, I could. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Maybe Ben Schwartz would be good.
Ooh. Yeah. Maybe. Yes. Possibly. Okay. Cool. So I got 9 TV shows. We're running low on time, so we're gonna have to bamf this. How many do you got?
I have a bunch.
Shit. Okay. Well, let's
We can run it until run it until the time runs out. We can push the clock.
Okay. Hit me first, Mike.
I need a sequel. I need another. Okay, not a sequel. I need another season of Altered Carbon.
I mean, you're getting one.
I know, but I need it. I need it right now. It's the time we, you know what I mean? Like, we need it right now. This is the time we need. It needs to come.
You know what I forgot about? You know, there's that other Altered Carbon anime movie. Have you seen that?
I have.
Is it any good? I haven't seen it.
It's pretty good.
Okay, cool. I need to. I think it's on my list. I just haven't gotten to it. But yeah, more Altered Carbon, please. And probably for all the fans there, can we have it? Can we have it at the quality that season 1 was, please? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all.
I don't want to talk bad about season 2 because it was a good season. It just wasn't what I expected.
I mean, we all know what the problem is with season 2. And unfortunately, as great an actor as Anthony Mackie is, him and some of the writing is the problem with season 2. Sorry, I said it. Like, and I'm a Mackie fan. Like, really,
I am too.
Really looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier when that comes out on Disney Plus. But he was playing my boy Takeshi, and
yeah,
it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the Takeshi we know and love.
No.
And that's the thing. So my TV show, fucking obviously going to be super obvious. Disney owns the franchise now. Disney, you own this franchise now. Firefly. I mean, obviously, I want it to continue, and I want all the remaining alive actors back. You could do it. You could do it as like there would be. It would. I'm gonna throw this out. Super controversial. It would stop rioting in the streets if Disney announced today Firefly season 3, Disney Plus. Like, that's how far I'm willing to go on Firefly. Yeah, there you go. Solved it. You're welcome, world.
I mean, I don't want to disagree with you, but I think you might be a little right. I do agree with you on that 100%.
All right, what's your next one?
Okay, this might be a little controversial, maybe not. A return of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, the TV series?
The TV series.
Nice. So, full disclosure, I watched seasons 1 through 2, and then Hulu was fighting with Fox at the time, so I have no idea what happened on the other seasons, and I haven't returned since. But it's on my list to watch it with Jess, because I think she'd get a kick out of like the historical stuff, and like that combo is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sleepy Hollow. What a great series.
I mean, I the last season was a little weird, but I mean,
okay.
It's what happens when the production company and the channel argues.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, what you got, Tim?
Okay, I mentioned this last week, but Daybreak. I want another season of Daybreak just to give me fucking closure of that ridiculously epic, amazing Tay Diggs mystery Groundhog Day mindfuck of a TV series. Yeah, Daybreak. Look it up. There's a DVD available. It was on Fox, so I guess Disney owns it now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would settle for a reboot. Like, it would be a sick show to be on Hulu. Maybe make it a little grittier. And Tay Diggs hasn't aged a day, so just have Tay Diggs again. Just do it. Just do it. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So Daybreak. I don't need to belabor the point. What's next for you, Mike?
Constantine.
Okay.
Matt Ryan needs to have his own series because as he became a series regular on the League of Legends, the Legends of Tomorrow show, not League of Legends, totally different.
Yeah, no, I know. I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
He's too good for that cast. There, I said it.
So, Mike, you know that HBO Max is doing a Constantine show, correct?
No, I didn't know that. Is it going to be live action or a cartoon?
Live action. And
Okay.
I think his name is Matt. His first name is Matt, the actor.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt
Yes.
Ryan has said that like he will cut himself if he can't get the lead.
I mean, I understand. I agree.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it.
Yeah. Did you see the slight side note, but on the topic of your Constantine boy? You saw Crisis on Infinite Earths?
No.
Okay, Mike. You gotta. I don't know what it's on necessarily. Probably on a CW app or something. You owe it to yourself to see Crisis on Infinite Earths, the fucking ridiculous 5 episode TV crossover,
Okay.
because it's TV, uh, it's TV DC, Infinity War Endgame level shit,
Okay.
and Constantine's in it, and he's also with another famous DC character that also has his own show right now, and there's like a little crossover, and it's perfect. Just saying, will not disappoint.
Okay.
So my next show is a show beloved by many people. It was actually a Spielberg show that got canned after one season because it was on Fox, of course. Terra Nova, amazing show.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, was it yours? You got it. You got Terra Nova on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
It's
on a
motherfucking
planet.
dinosaurs, and it's time travel, and it's the
Yeah.
fucking soldier dick dude from Avatar, and that Irish dude who's usually playing a straight shooter dude. That guy, you know who I'm talking about, the lead dude.
The lead dude. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
who you're talking
He's
about.
been in a bunch of things,
Yeah.
including voice of Batman in a bunch of the animated movies. Terra Nova, amazing. They travel back in time to when dinosaurs were, because Earth is fucked up in the future. But then there's more shenanigans that go on, and it's awesome. Terra Nova, great. Check it. All right, what else you got? We're burning the candle at both ends to get through this.
Yeah, I throw remakes in as well with this because
Okay.
I did this with the movies. There needs to be a reboot of Buffy.
Okay. You know they've been working on one for a while now, right?
I do know that, but they need to push it.
I mean, I agree. You know, after coronavirus and riots are over, for sure.
I mean, I agree. I also consider that to be one of the ones that would stop the riots.
Maybe.
If somebody, I don't know, are they owned by Disney? I'm assuming they are. Disney owns everything.
Yes, Disney owns Buffy now.
Yeah. Okay. So if they came out and said, "Hey, we're bringing back Firefly and we're rebooting Buffy," I think everyone would be like, "Okay, we'll just sit at home and be okay." I'm sorry.
So prior to the Disney acquisition of Fox last year, Joss Whedon was working on a new Buffy that would not throw away the canon. It would basically just be like a new person taking up the Buffy mantle.
I mean, that's the good thing about that show.
Yeah. Well, and it happened in the comics too. There's a whole
There's
a whole season 10 and 11 in the comics, which are fantastic, by the way. Highly recommend them.
I mean, there's a never-ending list of potentials. So yeah, that would work.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to it after the Disney thing. I assume like most stuff, it's like Disney is like, hey, everybody, hold on a minute. Fox had like 1,000 properties. Give us a little bit of time to fucking figure out what we're doing with shit. You know. So the next one I've got, which is close to my heart, is I would take like a 1-season continuation or a movie that has been talked about even more recently because they had a little cast get together thing for the coronavirus thing for charity like 2 weeks ago actually, and that's Chuck. Give me more Chuck. Come on, the cast is down. Let's fucking do it. I think Warner Brothers owns it, even though it aired on NBC, but it was a Warner Brothers produced thing. So HBO Max movie show, let's do it. Let's fucking get it done. It's time. It's been like fucking 6 years. Zachary Levi's a huge fucking movie star now. Like, let's do it. Come on.
He was Shazam.
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
True, he didn't get shredded for Shazam, but it was a decent movie for what it was.
He got fairly shredded, but like, I mean, he got cast and then they were shooting like 2 months later. So
yeah,
Yeah.
But then you in the same breath we can say, remember Camille Nanjiani? He got Shred City, Utah for the Inhumans. So
Yeah,
it's doable. If he can do it, anybody can
for
with
sure.
enough help and
For
supplements
sure.
from a guy named Peter. So
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying. I was going to say Mexican supplements, but you can't get them because of the lockdown. So I'm assuming a guy named Peter or Pieter has them.
What's your next one?
Warehouse 13 / the Librarians.
Okay. So this is going to be controversial because I know many people who love Warehouse 13 and the Librarians. Shout out to you, Mom and Mike.
Yeah. Also, Mike. Also
Yeah,
me.
also Mike.
Yeah.
I just I know what they are, and generally I dig that stuff. It just didn't connect for me, and I'm sorry, Mike, Mother, for letting you guys down. So yeah, that's where I land on that. So my next one, because I guess you're not going to say anything else about it.
I mean, if your mom likes it, it has to be right.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, my mom likes a lot of stuff though. She's like a liker, you know, like
Okay.
like she watched Charmed back in the day, and which I watched too. Fine, whatever. It was the '90s, early 2000s. And she's watching the Charmed reboot now. And she says it's good, and I've like seen like trailers for that show, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. So I don't know. We'll see. So my next one, animated. Disney owns it. Creators open to doing more of it down the line. So we'll see. Is Gravity Falls. Uh, it's it's a fucking perfect TV show. I don't know what else to say about it. It's the kind of Disney show that is so fucking funny and raunchy and beautiful in like a Rick and Morty kind of way that you're like, how the fuck is this on Disney? How did this air on a Disney cable channel in a in the internet age? Like the show is fucking, it's amazing. If you haven't seen it, Mike, you need to fucking watch Gravity Falls.
I think I've seen a little bit of it, and I don't know how I felt about it. It might have just been the way I've been watching, the way I watched it. It was just sort of like walking by, sitting down, looking at it, walking away type of thing.
Okay.
But I'll give it another look.
Yeah, you should totally give it another look, Mike, because it's animated like MASH, like like a memorable like summer trip to like your grandparents with like X-Files and Twin Peaks mixed with Illuminati.
Yeah. I mean, I watched all of Adventure Time,
It's good.
so.
Well, and see, there's another one that everybody's yelling at me for, Jessica Brock. I need to check out Adventure Time. I have not done it yet. Probably will though now since it's on HBO Max. But yeah,
You ready for my next one?
sure, go for it.
I think you're gonna call me a son of a bitch. I want to I'm gonna return a sequel, season 2, Almost Human.
You fuck. It is.
When you
it
said
is
Carl
one-
Urban's TV show, I was like, oh, the only TV show Carl Urban was ever on is Almost Human.
You fuck. It is one more away on my list. You son of
Really?
a bit. Yeah, it's number 9. I was on 6. You fucking. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. It was number 8, not number 9.
Yeah, you're on 6. One more away would be 7 there, Bubba.
Okay, well, let's just both talk about it then. Almost Human was a fantastic show on Fox. I don't know who produced it. I don't know if Disney owns it now or whatever. That chemistry. It's funny you mentioned that because Almost Human, because like I was watching Jane the Virgin with Jessica before she had to go to work, and the chick who's the detective in that show, she showed up as like a love interest in the fucking show, and I was like, where the fuck do I know that chick from? And I like IMDb'd it. I was like, oh fuck, she was a fucking like tough detective broad in Almost Human.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, no, Almost Human, amazing. Amazing show. I have no idea where you watch it now if you didn't buy it on iTunes. I don't think
Uh,
it's. I don't
you
think
can watch
it's.
it on Prime.
Is it? You know what?
Yeah.
I'll just watch it for our audience listening at home or on the road or work or whatever. Almost Human is hard to find because you type in almost human and you get a lot of humans and almost adults.
Mhm.
So you filter by
It's
TV
a
show.
the way I put it is it's like a buddy cop with that starts off as a I don't want you as my partner. Sort of like how Bright was, which also deserves a sequel.
They were working on a sequel, but the David Ayer dropped out of the directing, so they're trying to find another director. Because I was going to film this year, and then stuff happened.
Yeah,
Stuff happened that continued.
Things happened. We all know what happened.
Many things happened. Oh my god, I cannot actually find it on Just Watch. That is surprising. Almost Human. It's not like I spelled it wrong.
Try searching for Carl Urban.
Oh no, here it is. I found it.
There you go.
It didn't have. It had a weird logo. Yep.
Yeah,
it is not available fucking anywhere to stream. You can only buy it on Apple TV or iTunes, or strangely, Vudu.
Yeah.
Only place it exists.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
Voodoo is very fun.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, Almost Human. Mike stole my thing, son of a bitch.
Sorry.
So my next one scares me because I heard rumblings that it might happen.
Okay.
And I'm really worried about it.
All right.
And that is Disney's Tailspin.
Oh no. Nope.
No?
Nope. Michael's veto. I'm gonna say it right now.
What is that?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's too good. Nope. No. Don't put. Listen. Too many chefs spoil the pot. You can't put your dick into too many things. Nope. No. Stop. Don't do it right now. Also, you can watch Almost Human Season 1 on Amazon Prime for free.
Oh, it is?
I'm looking at it right now. Watch episode 1 free with ads. Watch episode 2. And, you can watch it free with ads.
Oh, so it's an ad-supported thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know Amazon Prime did that.
I didn't either until I just looked. So.
Okay. Weird, but all right. Fine. Whatever.
Weird flex, but all right.
Yeah. Is it a flex, though? If it's free with ads, let's be honest.
I mean, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you watched a commercial? That the entire time? Like you're forced to with Amazon Prime and like other streaming things.
On Amazon Prime or Hulu?
Never.
But I watch YouTube and they force you to watch ads all the fucking time on that shit.
I mean, 5 seconds, right?
No. There was a fucking ad yesterday. It was 4.5 minutes long. It was for some fucking Kickstarter.
Did you walk away?
No, I felt lazy. I didn't, I played with my phone until it was over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You did something else until it was over.
Yeah, I did that thing.
Also, Terra Nova is free with ads on Amazon Prime.
Oh, well, there you go. If you want to watch shitty ads, but great shows.
If you want to watch the show bad enough, there it is. I gave it to you.
I mean, there's probably very few options for those shows anyway. So, so it goes for some of these classics that are left behind in time. But the reason I say Tailspin is because I love Tailspin. And the thing is, been a staunch fan of Tailspin. I'm one of the few people on the planet who got a hold of an original series soundtrack that was only produced in limited quantities in the late 90s. And Tailspin is near and dear to my heart because it's amazing.
If you don't say Don Carnage is one of the greatest villains in cartoon history, you're wrong.
Hey, Mike. Yes, no?
Yes, no? Don Carnage!
Yeah, for sure. So here's the thing on that. So Disney did do a reboot of DuckTales. And I
They did.
fucking love that reboot. It's amazing.
It was great. You're right. Oh, God damn it. I don't want to do it, but you're
Here's
right.
the thing. There is, because they showed it at the Comic-Con panel last year for DuckTales, a sea duck, an adult cloud kicker, and the fucking daughter of Rebecca. Like, they're like adults now or some shit. Flying a sea duck in one of the panel arts. So it's happening in some form. Will it get its own show? Don't know. Don't know. But it is happening in DuckTales this season, or this new season.
Hear me out. I think what they should do, is have like spin-off episodes inside of the season, like non sequitur episodes in the season of DuckTales.
Okay.
Like, keep it DuckTales, involving those characters to see what happens. Because I also think, since DuckTales took off, why the fuck don't we have a Darkwing Duck, a season of Darkwing Duck?
So have you seen all of DuckTales on
seen
the new Disney Plus?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay, because what you told me just there tells me you haven't seen it all. Because there's a fucking Darkwing Duck episode of DuckTales with like the original Darkwing Duck actor. And I think I've told it on the show before, and it's a little bit of a spoiler, but Darkwing Duck happened in universe within DuckTales, like the original Darkwing Duck.
The genie didn't grant my other two wishes.
So, like, they went full-on meta crazy with that shit in the best possible way, and you should definitely check out. I think it starts the end of season 2.
Yeah, I just got through season 1.
Okay, yeah. No, it's coming. And then the other thing, too, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, because I felt a little awkward about it. Don Carnage is in DuckTales season 2. Like,
really?
Yeah, Don Carnage, like, fucking, like, the Iron Vulture scoops up the fucking DuckTales plane in season 2.
Okay.
Played by a different actor, unfortunately. Still very much Don Carnage.
I would wager to guess the original actor passed away.
No, he's still alive. He's the same dude who does Darkwing Duck. He's the fucking
oh, really?
Jim Cummings, the voice of Disney, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, fucking like all of Disney.
Disney?
Yeah,
period?
Just Disney. Period. Like,
yeah,
like one of the most famous voice actors ever. Only voices. You know, Winnie the Pooh, Don Carnage, Tigger, all of the bad guys in Tailspin, fucking Bonkers, like various people in Gargoyles, like still bad guys to this day in video games, like Henchman number 2 and shit.
I think they don't. I think what happened back then, like with the voice actors, how like one voice actor did a bunch of voices, that they were just like, I don't want to pay anybody else. Can you just do this voice? And the guy was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure in cases like Jim Cummings, you know, because he's like one of those old school voice actors that's probably got as many credits as like Mel Blanc, you know, in Looney Tunes. Like they're just like on fucking retainer or some shit, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, that's why I say it's controversial for Tailspin, because it's probably happening, whether I want it to or not, and I don't think it's gonna be, like the DuckTales reboot where it's gonna be like. It's like a straight up reboot and it's good. Like it's gonna be something slightly different. You know?
I'll watch it though.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'm not saying I'm not gonna fucking throw my dick in the fire and see if it feels good. You know, like it's gonna happen.
That is a reference. That is a. Okay.
Like it's happening. You know,
that's a reference.
It's happening.
All right, I'm gonna put my dick in the fire and see if it feels good.
You don't know. It might tickle. I don't. You know. Right. You got.
All right. How many more you got?
I got one more. What do you got?
Okay. I got. Well, other than this one, I got one after that.
Oh shit. Okay. So you want to hit yours and then I'll do mine and then you end off?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's do it.
Dominion. There needs to be another season of Dominion.
I have no idea what that is.
Are you familiar with the movie Legion?
I think so.
Paul Bettany plays an angel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
with
yeah, 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 yeah.
the creepy ice cream man scene.
Yeah. And they're like holding out at the fucking like diner and
Hmm.
fucking hell's breaking loose. Yeah, it's
But what
great.
it is, what the minion is what happens after.
Oh, that was a thing that aired on Sci-Fi like 5 years
Yes,
ago. It had like
yes,
one
yes,
season. I
yes,
didn't see it because I was very confused as to what it was, and I heard
yes.
vaguely somewhere. Fuck, maybe we talked about it 5 years ago,
I
Mike.
think we probably did. Because I've championed this show the
That's how
entire time
long we've
because
been
it's
doing shows, folks. Dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
Wow.
dun.
Sometimes we finish each other's sandwiches.
Oh, pull that dick
Uh,
out of the fire. It's done, Mike.
uh, but yeah, it's interesting because there's like angelic possession,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's it does this it's a good show. It's good for what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not going to see any award-winning actors that will make you cry, but like you'll watch dudes fight is what's good about it.
Fair enough.
So all right, go ahead, Tim.
My last one I've got is fucking. It's criminal. It got canceled because it got canceled right as it fucking found its groove, which is Stargate Universe.
Okay.
Season 1 kind of trashy, but they were trying something new. Season 2 nails it, amazing. Ends in a horrible cliffhanger because they thought they were getting a season 3, didn't get a season 3. Just fucking bring me back good Stargate, fucking please.
I wanted to put Farscape in this list.
I looked at that and I thought, if it came back, it would have to be like a reboot or like its own thing within
or
universe.
Or continuation off of the movie.
Yeah. Taking place.
Yeah, I mean, years after.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have with that is the movie was so good that like it ended perfectly. Like very few seasons of shows get a perfect ending. Game of Thrones, I'm looking at you. So like I don't want to say it because you know what I mean. Like why take your dick out of the fire if it's starting to feel good?
That is going to be a new thing now, ain't it?
Yeah,
like we got a new thing. Good
sure
job,
is. Sure is, Bubba. Sure is.
God. Speaking, this is not related to our show talk, but I figured I'd try to cram it in here for Nate Foos and Burning Wing's sake. Speaking of throwing your dick into a fire, Mike.
What is about to happen?
Burning Wing threw me a 3-month free trial of this fucking Google Stadia thing that everybody's been talking about, and I checked it out honestly yesterday. Okay. So here was my experience. I'll try to boil it down as quickly as possible because it's not going to take long anyway. So redeem the trial. Everything good. Synced up to my fucking Google account. Fortunately, asked me for a credit card. Not going to bill me till September, so I'm going to have to cancel it. That's fine. Google Stadia. You've seen the weird ads, Mike. Play on fucking everything that's got a screen. It's kind of what the ads say, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So like I go to my phone. I'm like, okay, cool. Like it says plays in Chrome browsers. I'm like, okay, cool. Load it up in Chrome browser on my phone. I'm like, okay, cool. Not supported. All right, fine. I'll try my iPad. Chrome browser. Nope, not supported. Okay, cool. Not supported on your own Google platform web browser. Cool. Fine. Find out there's an app. And I'm like, oh, when was there a Google Stadia app for phones and whatnot? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll download the app and play it through that, right? Thinking that's what you would logically do. Well, no, because that's not what it does. It just manages your fucking account, and you can like select a game to be available in whatever the fuck you can play it in, which is apparently not its own web browser on other platforms. Okay, fine. I was not content. Burning Wing went out on a limb, got me this code. I was like, I'm gonna do my damnedest to try to play at least something with this fucking thing. So, load up my Chrome browser on my fucking aging 2012 MacBook Pro, fucking dinosaur at this point. I'm like, okay, this should work, right? Okay, so I get it to work. I'm like, okay,
in theory,
cool. All right, start streaming a game. The Pro account had like a handful of games, very limited selection that were like actually free because I guess you have to buy the games or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it had Destiny 2, it had Super Hot, and it had very recently released remake of uh, Panzer Dragoon. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I like all three of those things. Um, so I loaded up Destiny. Um, couldn't couldn't get through the login screen because it was super laggy on my laptop. I'm like, okay, fine. Tried Super Hot. It ran better, but still super laggy, unplayable. And I'm like, okay, Burning Wing, solid dude. I'm gonna I'm gonna steal my girlfriend's laptop because she has a brand new MacBook Pro, uh, 2019 model. Just got it in March for her school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this is like the newest fucking thing possible, right? So it's gotta work on this new machine. So loaded up on her laptop. To its credit, I was able to play Super Hot just fine. Played good, ran good. All that stuff, everything frame rate, everything worked like it's supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Loaded up Destiny. Decided I would try to connect a controller, see how that went down. Connected an Xbox One controller. It connected up okie dokie fine. There's like a little left right A B X start kind of thing to like register it to Google Chrome, and I'm like, okay, fine. Loaded up Destiny, was able to move around, selected a character, just threw in a warlock, not tried to like
Sure.
port my account over or anything. Um, Loaded up their new intro thing where you dropped into the Cosmodrome, Ghost thing. They're like asking you to move forward. It's got like the correct Xbox prompts on, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is promising. Frame rate's good. Nothing's
Mm-hmm.
glitchy. Looks good. Looks a little hazy into the distance. Graphics kind of reminded me of like when you have like a really good graphical game and you put it on Switch. Like totally playable there, but fuzzy a little bit. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Took 2 steps forward, went to press the other buttons that I'm accustomed to in Destiny, hit the left trigger, character spun immediately around in 360 degrees, rotated, and then got stuck rotating, staring at the sky.
Oh.
And I'm like, cool, okay, so controller support broken, fine. Proceeded to remove the controller, played through the little thing, got the fucking, the intro to Destiny that everybody and their mothers played. Played it on mouse and keyboard. Played fine, only hiccuped occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I could kind of see that, like, okay, this is 60 frames a second. That's actually true. It's maybe 4K. I mean, she's got a new laptop, so I assume it's high enough resolution for that.
Yeah.
Not sure. Maybe it's connection, maybe not. I don't know. Sitting 3 feet from the router, so probably not that, since I have way above the recommended thing for that. And so I was like, okay, so my brief 2.5 hour experience with Google Stadia was, it's cool and it would be good, like, if you wanted to play Destiny in like an airport and had a good connection, and that's how you could play Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't super great experience, like with the controller not working at all properly with any of the games, even though the button props came up correctly. Like, so it's like, okay, it recognizes the Xbox controller, like it's got the A and the RB and all that shit, just didn't function correctly, which was weird. And it's like you expect that kind of shit to function out of the gate. And so ultimately it reminds me of when Netflix streaming first came out, and it was cool when it was working, you know
Uh,
but then it would like hiccup and like shit would be weird. um and then it also kind of reminded me of like PC gaming, where it's like, this is cool, I'm streaming a thing like with a better graphics card than I have in this laptop probably, but like I'm trying to fucking figure out settings because the controller's not working, and then it's like, okay, I'm wondering why this isn't working, and then it's like, how do I even get back to the Google menu to like select another game? I ended up having to quit the browser and like log back in and shit because like, doesn't tell you.
mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, gave it a shot. I'll probably give it another shot because I'm sure Burning Wing and Nate are yelling at me now. But that's our time, ain't it?
Uh, Yeah, I was gonna say the last one would be a reboot of Xena Warrior Princess.
Man, I wonder who owns that one.
Well,
I
I
mean, I
mean,
know it
we
aired on
can.
Fox.
I would hazard to guess. Ooh,
I'm
who?
Googling it right now. Don't worry about
Go ahead and just say Disney.
it. It's probably not wrong. Nope. It got bought like 19 years ago by Universal Television.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. So
So
it'll
it's
never
with
happen.
it would be with Comcast or NBC's Peacock, which is another streaming thing that came out but only on select devices because it's probably garbage. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I think we covered a lot of ground.
We did. We did.
We did.
Back,
We did it.
back in the saddle again, as they say.
Indeed. I haven't got anything else to say. I got to pee, so I'm interested in wrapping up the show. You got to go get your girl.
Yeah.
And as we said on the show here, dear Fork fam, don't forget to take that dick out of the fire. I'm Tim K. Trotter, signing off.
I mean, unless it feels good. And I'm Mike List. We'll see you next week.
Get forked.
Shazam!
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival by author Tim K. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99. Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
How's everything?
Fine.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I just had sex.
Oh.
Before that, things were like, meh.
Even better. Hey, that's a good way to
Turn off
start
the
everything up.
Mm-hmm. Not going to lie. Let's see. Turn this down. You sound a little distant.
Well, I don't know why.
I mean,
Is that better?
it's coming in clear. It just sounds a little distant. I'll fix it in post. Just looking at your.
Hold on. Is that better?
Speak more than 2 words.
A sister came through the other day, and she had on one pair of shoes and in her hand she had 2 flip flops.
That's a thing you just said. Yeah, it sounds a bit better.
Okay,
There's a little bit of fuzz in the background, but I assume that's because it's probably hot as balls in Jersey.
Yes, it is. It's hot as 2 balls and 1 dick in New Jersey.
But are they on the same person? That's the question.
Yes, they are. If you really need me to, I can turn the fan off.
No. We're good.
That would be akin to being like, all right, Mike, so what I need you to do, 2 hours, you need to just suffer, buddy.
I mean, I'm doing it. But it's all good. I know it's way hotter over there. It's actually one of our cooler days.
Well, I mean, that and our central air died.
Oof, no.
Yeah.
Like, what did it have a death, or did it just like
slow
death, or
it was on one the other night, and then we woke up and it was just the hottest thing I've ever experienced.
Okay.
Like, I woke up and I was like, what? Why is it so hot? Like, one of those screaming, like when it's so hot you scream.
Yeah, that would have been my last summer when we didn't have AC.
Yeah, that was fucking how I woke up this morning.
It's just fucking terrible.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, cool. We don't have. I'm like, what happened? So I text and called the HVAC guy I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey man, can you come out?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, dude, I am swamped.
Yeah, I bet.
And I'm like, fuck.
I mean, that's every HVAC guy during the summer, right? Like that is that is just literally just all of the people's.
Yeah, it's the busy season. I get it, but it's just kind of like, it was just funny. I was like, all right, dude, when can I see? Like, when will you come out? He was like, dude, when I have a second, I'll come out and look at your stuff.
Exactly.
And I'm like, cool, it's free. I'm not gonna get on you on free service.
Exactly. It's under warranty. Now it sounds like you're riding a bike with a baseball card in the spokes.
No, I'm stirring something. We're close enough.
Oh. Okay. What you drink?
That's an old school ass reference, Tim.
Hey, Mike, it might surprise you, but I'm kind of old.
I know. I am too.
In fact, I'm getting older next week, actually.
Oh yeah, it is your birthday, right?
Next week.
Next, not this week, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get you water too, buddy. But Jess made the reference. She was like, you and Peter are exactly at the same. I'm like, watch. She's like, look at you right now. And I was laying down on the couch just in like a pair of shorts, miserable.
Yeah.
And he's laying in front of the fan, just miserable.
Uh-huh. Wow.
It wouldn't be bad if it wasn't so like humid. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem with you guys over there, is you guys got that humidity. So even if it's not hot, you have that lingering heatness from shit. So, well, I got my notes for the things.
Okay.
I did all the things. Got off a little early, did that. And I went and found the old classic spin the ring for the topics. Figured we could maybe do that one and somehow avoid live topics.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes up live, be like, well, time for one of our suggestions.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I figured we'd further get back to basics with the old cut in, and this will be shoved in the back of the episode like a redheaded stepchild that was unloved and unwanted.
Put in the attic.
Put in the
Change
attic.
the radiator.
Honestly, I think attic putter people are the worst kind of people. Like, if I'm completely honest, because like, I don't know about you. Like, I don't know what the houses are like in Jersey, but attics are fucking scary as fuck.
They're
like,
also
fuck
hot.
that. Yeah, also hot as well.
Yeah, but I can recall a spooky attic. My grandmother's attic in her house.
Oh yeah.
It was so spooky because it was just like, it was in one of the bedrooms and it was a door and then a flight of steps leading up.
Mm.
like, and it was a turn, one of those turn steps. So it was 2 steps and then a blind turn.
I gotcha.
And like the way my brother and I used to like open the door and just feel, and like we would make joke, like we would be like, stick your head in, and don't look for 5 seconds. And it was one of those addicts, like when you open the door, you just felt the bad intentions.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just felt the creepiness. You're like, Jesus.
Well, I feel like I've said it, especially to you on the show, but my grandma's on my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
They had the like creaky ass, like the identical creaky furnace in the bathroom from Home Alone.
Oh.
Like, and that terrified me as a child when I saw Home Alone, right? You know, it's like, oh man, I know that furnace. That's grandma's fucking furnace. That scares the shit out of me.
Like, the one that growled and said hello.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just metal creaking, but fuck that.
Yeah, it's just hot metal creaking.
Yeah, fuck that. But it's like right next to the shitter. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Like it's so bizarre. Just like the bizarrest thing.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm ready to kick it off whenever you're
ready.
When you're ready.
Yeah,
and when do we want to do our segment? Do we want to do that at the start and spin the ring after? Or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's do the thing start and then spin the ring after the fill time.
Okay. Sounds great.
That sounds like something we can start doing. Bringing a little old, a little new, a little bar, a little blue. Gonna give me a really awkward intro. I have a feeling.
Maybe. Right. I had thought of one before sex, but then sex happened, and I don't remember.
Sex, and I don't remember anything. Yep.
It's like
you had one of those mind wipers.
Yeah, it was good.
I would hope so.
Well,
in the world, like you would have to. I'd have to hit you guys like, we had bad sex.
I mean, I don't think I would say that.
No, I would never say it to somebody. That'd be like, I'd rather you headbutt me than fucking tell me that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like for me, like I definitely feel. I've probably said this before, but like, sex is definitely, you know, I roll a d20, you know, and you see what happens. Sometimes that motherfucking dice never hits the floor. Other times, you know, it's a crit fail.
Other times, like, where did it go? I heard it somewhere over here. Is it under? Is it under the stairs? What happened? How did it get there?
Exactly.
I get it.
All right. Well, let's get back to basics with a good old fashioned cut in.
All right, man. Well, now I gotta watch Gravity Falls.
Yeah, you 100% got to do that, dude. Even Brock will fucking chew you out for that one, dude. Because he's the one who got me into that.
Also, I didn't realize that Amazon Prime has you can watch shows but with limited commercials. Didn't even know that was a thing until just now.
I mean, where have you ever heard that before? I haven't heard that before.
I never. I just looked. I saw it. I saw it on I looked up where to find Almost Human, and it was like you can watch it with ads on Amazon. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was interesting. That was a interesting development. Now I know. And Terra Nova, like I love those shows.
Yeah, I mean that's great for our audience. I have both those shows on iTunes in HD, so if I want to watch them, I can. Yeah. But for other people, for sure, because I mean, it's like, where do you even find some of this shit? You know. I mean, it's all going to end up on some exclusive streaming platform eventually. You know,
True.
Since everything's going that way.
Also, Priest is now on Netflix, which I'm super excited about.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, check that out.
I love that movie. I don't know why. I love shitty action movies, man. That and Heist, son of a bitch, I'm in. Dude, I watched that episode and I laughed so hard because it was a heist, and it was a heist in a heist, and they hate heists, and I'm like, I'm in. And then the first time I heard you son of a bitch, I'm in, and I said, I just said that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, good
all
shit.
right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go pee.
Oh yeah, it's hurting.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, have a good one. If,
I will. It'll feel good.
I'm around. Not like you put your dick in the fire. I'll
no, it'll feel way better than that.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Alrighty, peace out, Mike. Later.
Take these, peace.
Yeah.
See ya.